Hey guys, with the Oscars happening in 4 days, I thought I would give you guys my predictions. Now, I'm not gonna do every category. First of all, there's 24 categories, and about like 8 of them, I wouldn't even know where to guess. So I'm doing these ones because I feel like they're the most important. And yeah, and also this is my first year doing this, and I will definitely do this next year. So yeah. Okay, I'm gonna start from the bottom. Okay, for best visual effects, we have Captain America the Winter Soldier, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, Guardians of the Galaxy, Interstellar, and X-Men Days of Future Past. Now, I feel like these are all great choices, but I feel like it's really between Guardians of the Galaxy, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, and Interstellar. And I have to say, I am going to give this one, I think it's going to be Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. Just the visuals were phenomenal in that movie, and the apes, they looked real. It's like, I mean, Interstellar was fantastic. I heard there wasn't even a green screen. That's freaking amazing. But yeah, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. Yeah. For best original song, we have Everything Is Awesome from the Lego Movie, Glory from Selma, Grateful from Beyond the Lights, I'm Not Gonna Miss You from Glen Campbell, I'll Be Me, and Lost Stars from Begin Again. Now, I have not heard Grateful or I'm Not Gonna Miss You, but I have heard Lost Stars. Great song, Glory, great song, Everything Is Awesome, great song, and it gets stuck in my head. But out of all of these, I'm gonna give this one to Glory from Selma. Really good song. I want Everything Is Awesome to win, but I'm giving it to Glory, Selma. Okay. For best original score, we have Grant Alexander Desplat for Grand Budapest Hotel, Alexander Desplat for The Imitation Game, Hans Zimmer for Interstellar, uh, Gary Yershon for Mr. Turner, and Johan Johansson from The Theory of Everything. Now, I would like to see Interstellar win because I wanted to get something, but I have to say I recently I watched The Theory of Everything last night, and that score was so beautiful. So I'm gonna have to give it to The Theory of Everything, Johan Johansson, and he won the Golden Globe. So I'm just some of these I'm going off of what the Golden Globes gave, so some of them, but yeah, Theory of Everything, I think is gonna get it. For best makeup and hairstyling, we have Foxcatcher, The Grand Budapest Hotel, and Guardians of the Galaxy. I would like to see Guardians of the Galaxy win. The makeup was freaking awesome, but I'm thinking is going to go to The Grand Budapest Hotel. I really enjoyed The Grand Budapest Hotel. Not as much as Guardians of the Galaxy, but, you know. But I think it's going to go to that. Best film editing, American Sniper, Boyhood, Grand Budapest Hotel, Imitation Game, and Whiplash. Now, I would like to see this go to Whiplash because I freaking love Whiplash, and I think it deserves everything it's nominated for, but I have to say, it's gonna go to Boyhood. That's what I think it's gonna go to, because this movie took over 12 years, and like all the subtleties and the growing up, it was like flawless, obviously because they were growing up, and just like, yeah, it has the best editing. Well, at least that's what I think it's gonna get for the Oscars. Even though I want Whiplash to win, if Boyhood wins, I'll be okay, I guess. Though Birdman was definitely snubbed for that. Definitely. For Best Director, we have Birdman from Alejandro G. Iñárritu, Richard Linklater for Boyhood, Bennett Miller for Foxcatcher, Grand Budapest Hotel for Wes Anderson, and Morton Totem for The Imitation Game. Now, I've seen all these movies except for Foxcatcher. I just don't think I'll be able to see Foxcatcher, but from everything I heard it's a good movie, but from a lot of people, I heard it goes by really slow, and like, and then Grand Budapest Hotel, I know Wes Anderson has never been nominated before, and it's been a long time coming, but and then Imitation Game is a good movie, but I don't think it's anything special. And really, the best directing, it's between Alejandro G. Iñárritu and Richard Linklater. And I think it's going to go to Birdman, like Alejandro G. Iñárritu, because it looked like one continuous shot. That's so amazing. I mean, yeah, it looks amazing. So, I hope it goes to Alejandro G. Iñárritu. I hope it goes. But if Richard Linklater wins, I won't be angry. Okay, for Best Costume Design, Grand Budapest Hotel, Inherent Vice, Into the Woods, Maleficent, and Mr. Turner. I think it's going to go to the Grand Budapest Hotel. Yeah, I don't really have anything else to say. I haven't seen any of the other movies except for Maleficent, and I didn't like Maleficent, but the costume design was pretty good, but it's going to Grand Budapest Hotel. I'm calling it now. For Best Cinematography, we have Birdman, Grand Budapest Hotel, Ida, Mr. Turner, and Unbroken. Birdman, I think it's going to get Best Cinematography. I mean, the Grand Budapest Hotel looked pretty cool, like all these bright colors, and yeah, but I think it's going to Birdman. Yeah, okay. For Best Original Screenplay, Birdman, Alejandro G. Iñárritu and others for Birdman, Richard Linklater for Boyhood, E. Max Fry for Foxcatcher, Wes Anderson for Grand Budapest Hotel, and Dan Gilroy for Nightcrawler. I would like to see Dan Gilroy get it, but he's probably not going to. And so I think it's going to be Alejandro G. Iñárritu and others for Birdman, which deservedly so. Birdman is awesome. And if they win, I will be very happy. Well deserved, but if Nightcrawler wins, I'll be very, very happy. Okay. For Best Adapted Screenplay, Jason Hall for American Sniper, Graham Moore for Imitation Game, Paul Thomas Anderson for Inherent Vice, Anthony McCartan for The Theory of Everything, and Damien Chazelle for Whiplash. First of all, Gone Girl totally got snubbed. Gone Girl and Nightcrawler, they got snubbed for every freaking category except for one. And that really makes me angry. I don't want American Sniper to win. I don't want it to win. It's a good movie, but it's not Best Picture worthy, and yeah. I'll talk more about that when I get to the last category. But yeah, Best Adapted. I think it's going to go to Whiplash. I mean, from the Best Adapted Screenplay, I heard it was just a short film, but does that really count? I mean, I guess it does, but I'm predicting it'll be Whiplash. I want it to be Whiplash that wins, so. Okay, Best Animated Movie. Big Hero 6, The Box Trolls, How to Train Your Dragon 2, Song of the Sea, and The Tale of the Princess Kaguya. Okay, we all know Lego Movie was snubbed, and I have to say, when I first watched Lego Movie, I was like, I enjoyed it, but I didn't love it as much as everyone else. But then I recently rewatched it the other day. I didn't get to finish it, but I was able to watch most of it, and I was like, oh wow, I was enjoying it even more. And it sucks that it got snubbed. I wish it didn't, but yeah. So it's gonna go to How to Train Your Dragon 2. I'm calling it right there. It better go, because How to Train Your Dragon 2 was my favorite animated movie of 2014. For Best Supporting Actress, we have Patricia Arquette in Boyhood, Laura Dern in Wild, Keira Knightley in The Imitation Game, Emma Stone in Birdman, and Meryl Streep in Into the Woods. Okay, it's gonna go to Patricia Arquette in Boyhood. I mean, yeah. I mean, of course Meryl Streep was nominated. I mean, it's no surprise. I mean, she was nominated last year. She was nominated for The Iron Lady. Wasn't she I don't know if she was nominated the year Jennifer Lawrence won, like at the 2013 Oscars. I'm not sure about that, but yeah. But yeah, it's gonna go to Patricia Arquette. I know it. So yeah, okay. For Best Supporting Actor, we have Robert Duvall in The Judge, Ethan Hawke in Boyhood, Edward Norton, Birdman. Mark Ruffalo and Foxcatcher. Have not seen that yet. And J.K. Simmons for Whiplash. It's going to J.K. Simmons. But there's a little part of me in the back of my mind, I'm like, the Oscars, I feel like there's, at the back of my mind, it's like, they're going to totally snub J.K. Simmons. I mean, it's only like a tiny part of my brain a tiny part of me that thinks it, but I'm just like, oh my gosh, if they snub J.K. Simmons, I am going to throw a huge tantrum. He is the best supporting actor. No one can even compare to him. I mean, well, Edward Norton is definitely runner-up to that. He was great, but J.K. Simmons, man, he was amazing in Whiplash. And Whiplash is actually my favorite movie now of 2014, even above Gone Girl. So yeah, but seriously, if it doesn't go to J.K. Simmons, I am going to, oh my gosh, I am going to raise hell, like, seriously. Okay, for Best Actress, we have Marion Cotillard for 2 Days, One Night, Felicity Jones in Theory of Everything, good, Julianne Moore in Still Alice, okay, I guess, Rosamund Pike in Gone Girl, and Reese Witherspoon in Wild. Now, I've only seen Theory of Everything and Gone Girl out of these Best Actress nominees, but from everything I heard, Julianne Moore is probably going to win, though, and I heard she was like Alzheimer's, starting to suffer Alzheimer's or something, and that just sounds like a total Oscar performance. It really does. I mean, I love Julianne Moore. She's a great actress, but just her performance in Still Alice, everything I've heard about, it just seems like it's a Oscar bait performance, definitely. But Rosamund Pike, I want her to win, but I think it's going to be Julianne Moore. But Rosamund Pike, I was like, who the hell is she? Like, I don't know who she is. I mean, the only thing I've seen her in before was Wrath of the Titans and The World's End. And I was like, she was totally, I didn't really know anything about her. She was totally under the radar, and I saw Gone Girl, and I was like, she impressed the hell out of me. Rosamund Pike deserves it way more than Julianne Moore, but Julianne Moore's probably gonna get it. I mean, yeah, I'm still saying I like Julianne Moore a lot, just, I don't want her to win the Oscar, but she probably is going to. Okay, Best Actor, Steve Carell in Foxcatcher, Bradley Cooper in American Sniper, Michael Keaton in Birdman, Benedict Cumberbatch in The Imitation Game, and Eddie Redmayne for The Theory of Everything. For a while, I thought it was going to be Michael Keaton who was going to win, but I watched The Theory of Everything last night. I mean, I loved the movie. I mean, I gave it like a 4.5 out of 5 stars, but I freaking love the movie, and Eddie Redmayne was phenomenal, and after seeing it, I'm like, Eddie Redmayne, I'm predicting that Eddie Redmayne will win, and if he does win, he well deserved. It's like, he went full Hawking, guys. If he wins, I will be very happy. He deserves it so much. But if Michael Keaton wins, I won't be mad. He was great. But I want Eddie Redmayne to win, and I'm predicting that it'll be Eddie Redmayne. But we all know Jake Gyllenhaal and David Oyelowo, they got snubbed. Yeah, and I knew Ben Affleck wasn't going to get nominated, or Miles Teller. They were both great. But, because of their, the other people in the movies, Rosamund Pike and J.K. Simmons, it's like they were totally outshined. They totally outshined them, but yeah. I love Bradley Cooper. I really do, but he was great in American Sniper, but why did he have to freaking be nominated? And it's his 3rd year in a row. Out of all his performance, I feel like he deserved it the most. Would have deserved it the most for Silver Linings Playbook. But then when you had Daniel Day-Lewis, it's like Daniel Day-Lewis really deserved it. But yeah, I'm just like, and also from everything I heard about Steve Carell, and I love Steve Carell, he should have been the Best Supporting Actor. And they could have taken out Robert Duvall and the Judge and put in Steve Carell, and they could have just, like, taken out Bradley Cooper and put in Oyelowo and Jake Gyllenhaal. I think everyone would have been so happy. And just freaking American Sniper came out of nowhere and took spots for movies that deserve it way more. And now, Best Picture. American Sniper, ugh. Birdman, Boyhood, Grand Budapest Hotel, The Imitation Game, Selma, The Theory of Everything, and Whiplash. I want Whiplash to win. I freaking want Whiplash to win, but it's gonna go to Boyhood. I mean, the whole 12-year thing, I mean, people just can't, like, that's all they think about in the movie. I mean, obviously, the story isn't, like, very spectacular. I mean, it's just growing up. I mean, I loved Boyhood, but is it Best Picture of the Year? No. I want Whiplash to win. Whiplash, out of all those, is the best movie in that. But I think Boyhood is going to win. If Whiplash somehow wins Best Picture, I'll be happy. Heck, if Birdman wins Best Picture, I'll be really happy. So basically, if Birdman, Whiplash, or Selma win, I will be extremely happy. If Boyhood wins, I'll be like, okay. I mean, I like Grand Budapest Hotel and Imitation Game and Theory of Everything, but they're not, I don't think they deserve to be. They are, either of them, any of them are going to win. But if American Sniper wins, I'm going to be extremely upset. I'm like, from what I've heard, it's Clint Eastwood's best movie since Gran Torino, which is good. A good start for him to get back in his groove, but it does not deserve Best Picture nomination, especially over Gone Girl and Nightcrawler. But yeah, I think Boyhood's going to win that. So yeah, those are all my Oscar predictions, and write your predictions. Yeah. So, and I will make a reaction video to the Oscar wins, like, Sunday night. Even though it'll be late and I'll be tired, I'm still going to make it for you. But other than that, yeah, I will see you guys later. Bye.